Alright, hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl Nature Maine, and we are back with another episode of The Bare Minimum. So we do have two special guests today. We have Tim and Tony.
How you doing?
Say what's up to the people, y'all.
What's going on?
Don't be scared. Okay, so who is Tim and who is Tony?
I'm Tim.
You're Tim? And you're Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how old are y'all, first of all, before we...
26.
26?
Yeah. Be 27 in August, Leo.
Oh.
I'll be 27.
Yeah. You see the
I'm a
confidence?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius?
Yep.
Oh, okay. My sis, she's a Sagittarius. She's about to come. You're about to see her personality too. She has a personality. Y'all have a personality all together.
Sure.
Okay, so I want to get into the first part of the show. This is like the intro, just to fill you guys out to see, like, you know, where your head is. So this is the crazy week part. So some crazy stuff that's happened to y'all this week. Do y'all have any crazy stories? Anything out of the ordinary? Just something that pissed y'all off? What?
Nah, for the most part, I live a zen life.
A zen life,
I
okay.
live a peaceful life. Outside of, there's nothing crazy happening in business right now. It's nothing crazy happening in my personal life right now.
Nothing
Everything. I mean, well, my aunt on Memorial Day weekend, she actually, you know, this is like real left field, but she actually got beat up and left for dead Saturday night.
Really?
Yeah, so
No.
that's like, you know,
I'm
the
sorry.
family going through that, but that's like normal for my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Columbia, South Carolina. Grew up in Columbia, but grew up in Columbia and I grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was born in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, so you're from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And where you from?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, okay. So I did see recently, you know, like in the blogs or AKA the Shade Room, that Jay-Z has became the first hip-hop billionaire artist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How do y'all feel about that? That's really exciting.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Just seeing somebody in the culture that become a millionaire. I think we know that seeing is believing. Jay-Z was rapping for like, you know, I think like 5 or 6 years before he got on at 26.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's in his early 50s now. So in 25 years, he accumulated $1 billion.
Yeah. But
So-
I feel like that 5 years though was like the building principle, and I think that's what a lot of people don't want to do. Like, don't nobody want to be seen like struggling. It's like when you grow dreads and you go through the ugly stage, like you gotta have discipline to go through that stage, you know. And I feel like that's in life and in business. You gotta be willing to go through that ugly stage. And because Instagram is the way it is now, like ain't nobody out here struggling.
Right.
Everybody kind of like lit. Right?
Everybody's successful.
Yeah, everybody's successful.
Living
Right?
life.
Yeah, everybody's in Miami right now. Everybody's, you know,
Yeah.
in Vegas. Everybody's on tour. It's,
Okay.
you know, so everybody's won that quick, but you know,
Yeah.
none quick lasts forever. He tell me all the time, like, hey man, we'll see who's working in 10 years. You know, when we're
I'll always
35
see.
years old, we'll see
We'll
who's
always
really
see who was working.
been putting in the work. I think Jay-Z is a prime example of the fast way is never the way.
It's never the way.
It's never the way.
I like that. The fast way. It's never the way. Okay. So let's see. Okay, the next thing I have for y'all. Have y'all seen the Netflix movie or series of When They See Us? Have y'all heard about it?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it
I
though.
haven't
Yeah.
seen it either.
Yep, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. I'm scared to see it. They say it's like just something with the law. Our law is just
I heard it was good.
sick,
Yeah.
basically.
I heard it was good, but I haven't seen it.
I think it's gonna make me mad, so that's why I haven't tried to even watch it.
What is it about?
So it's supposed to be about 5 young boys, I guess. And it was a lady running through Central Park,
I know
and
you're talking about.
yeah, she got beat up to the point where she says she don't remember who it was, and they just took 5 young boys to jail and put them through hell, basically.
Falsely
Told them,
accused.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they was in there for 14 years, and when they got out, what happened? I think they all were given like 4.14. Was it 41 million or 4.1 something million?
Oh, so this sort of conversation about reparation been coming up at as far as black people go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's about.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I'm not gonna even watch it. But yeah, okay, so that's that. So you're from North Carolina, right? Okay, so the baby and his antics that he has going on. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
What antics? What's going on?
yeah. What answers? What do
He
you
keep
mean?
beating up on people.
He beat up somebody else?
Bro, I think I seen something else where he smacked somebody outside or backstage or something. Or was that just another video?
I mean, for one, I think all publicity is good publicity for somebody in his position. Because like I was talking about, you know, the whole 50 Cent thing the other day, And it's like if you read 50 Cent book, the 50th Law with Robert Greene, he talks about basically getting attention right before, you know, something big happened. But we don't have to get into that. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think he just being himself. Because when I first joined the Navy, you know, he'll tell you that I was in the Navy, but yo, I was who I was for way before I joined the Navy. So if like you disrespect it at all, like I'm not afraid to put my hands on you. Despite, and matter of fact, I think Rome was there one time with a situation, or was there during the situation, and it's like I'm huge on respect. I respect the janitor with the same respect I give the CEO. But like when you disrespect me, I take it so personal because I'm just so big on respect.
Right.
So I just feel like the baby just, you know, I mean, come on, y'all saw the video.
Right.
I don't think, and if I was in his position, because he got so much money, I wouldn't be necessarily doing that.
Right.
Because it's an easy target to try to come get some money over, especially you recording it, like you like snitching on yourself.
Yep, and you got proof.
Right, you got proof, like you can go to the court. So I don't think that's a good move on like the, I guess you'd say, quote unquote, criminal side of things. But I mean, at the end of the day, he a man just like everybody else. Just because he a rapper don't mean he not human.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, got you. All right, so let's get into a little bit of y'all and what you guys do. So what are your occupations right now? What do you guys do?
So we actually work with Transamerica.
Okay.
I consider myself to be an empowerment advisor, I believe. I think that in our community, and I don't necessarily say, I want to say we target the African American community, but that definitely is a focus 100%. And I think that, you know, growing up, you know, and maybe you guys can relate to this. Growing up, my mom never talked about money. My dad never talked about money. Like, of course, obviously things had to get paid for, but in the midst of, you know, I can call my mom right now, ask her how much money she makes, and she's gonna give me a hassle on telling me, you know. And probably the same for you. It's because we never had that talk growing up.
Right.
So I think for us, we have to be empowered on understanding how money is supposed to be, you know, used. More importantly, and obviously, you know, the benefit of if you have a certain level of financial stability, what it could actually do for you. You know, I think people look at, there's a scripture in the Bible, it says, the love of money is the root of all evil. But everyone always takes out the first part, and they always just say, money is the root of all evil. But, you know, you think about when you go somewhere, where's the most violent neighborhoods? Who get robbed the most in what neighborhoods? Who gets shot the most in what neighborhoods? It's the neighborhoods of poverty. So I think that the lack of money is the root of all evil. So if we can teach
the lack of money is the root of all evil.
So and money is just going to enhance who you are. If you're a good person, you're going to be a good person. You're going to be even a better person with money. But if you're a bad person, you're going to be a bad person with money. And we've seen that in politics and presidencies and all those things, you know. But so I think for us, it's more so of a crusade. You know, we want to right or wrong. You know, my kid, like I said, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and she'll grow up and she'll go to school and she'll get taught sex ed. And I have a kid, so obviously I've had sex before, and I don't know what you guys' sex lives is like, but some of you guys may know, sex is something that eventually you learn how to do on your own. But what about but what about finance? Who's taught you how to properly manage, you know, your savings or your checkings account? Who's taught you how to, you know, actually manage your credit card? You know, who showed you how to properly prepare for retirement? And nobody knows these things, and you know, they say that all the information is hidden in books. And the average American reads one book a year, but that one book is not you actually read one book. These letters on this water bottle is considered, the average book has about 100,000 words. So you see a stop sign and it says stop, that's one word. When you see something on Facebook and social media, that's what majority of the reading is done.
You reading the long caption on Shade Room.
Exactly. Okay. So there's no empowerment being brought to our community because nobody's actually taking a stand and really want to be that voice. So I think that's really in a nutshell, that's what we do.
Okay. The same for you as well. Okay. So what did y'all do before this?
In the military.
Military.
Yup. Active duty. Yeah, that was it was a stepping stone. It was definitely a stepping stone. I believe, you know, 1% of Americans join the military, and I think if people actually took that power and understood like what they was really doing, they would know that they have the potential to do more. Because if 1% of Americans only doing this, and you're going through this, and you did an enlistment, you possess some type of mental power to be able to do whatever it is you want in the world. Because I know my friends at home, all my friends is like athletes or lawyers and stuff at home, and they be like, yeah, like I definitely wasn't going to the military. But for me, it was like, that was my only option at the time. And so I just took everything I learned in the military and I just really 10 times what I want to do with my life, because I realized like if I can do this, I could literally do anything. If I could go on a deployment for 10 months and be in the Middle East for 6 of those months, and it's 200 degrees, like I don't know how hot it was out there. If I could get through that, I could get through anything.
Okay. See, my mom and my grandma, they always told me you should try going into the military. I don't think I'll be good in the military because it's too much, you telling me what to do. I can't.
It's chess though.
Yeah, it is.
It's chess. It's definitely chess, because he could be in charge of me, and he may be in charge. He may be the person in power that holds, my next promotion in his hands. So I'm gonna put my ego to the side, and I'm gonna make sure I appeal to what he likes, so I can make sure I get the promotion that I want. For the longest time, I had a problem with that, just because it's like selling out in a sense, It's like, yo, be solid, like don't. Yeah. But think about, politics. Think about laws that gets passed. Think about how many rooms Obama had to be in to where he had to play chess, and he had to smile and shake hands with people that he didn't like. So I just took that aspect from the military and I just brought it into my everyday life, my business life. Because you ain't gonna like everybody you work with. You ain't gonna like, your biggest client may be the biggest asshole. So it's all chess.
I think anybody that joins the military honestly could be successful in anything. Because of the things that people go throughout the military. It's it's not. I wouldn't say it's the hardest, especially joining the Navy. I guess you could say. I'm not sure of any other branch because I'm not in any other branch. But for the Navy, I think that for the little adversities that do transpire amongst your career in the military, man, people can get out and be successful. But there was a story I was listening to, and it was about, let's say for example, if you cook roast. There's a young lady and she cooks a pot of roast, and every year she cuts off the tail. Okay. So for some reason she asked her mom. She said, "Mom, I've always been curious. Why do you cut off the tail?" And she said, "I don't know. Ask your grandma." So she went to ask her grandma, and she said, "Well, grandma, why do you cut off the tail?" And she said, "I don't know. Ask your great grandma." So when she went to ask her great grandma, she said, "Well, at the time, baby, the pots that we had wasn't big enough." So this new baby, this new year old, you as a millennial, you're doing the same thing that was done 5 or 6 generations ago. So we don't use the new things that we could be doing because we're so attached to the old things that don't even make sense anymore. But nobody ever questions those things. Nobody ever questions why does everybody feel like they need to have a job to sustain throughout their lives. I think that's why me and him connected.
So I want you to get into that.
Okay.
So why do you think people are like that? They feel like they need a job in order to, maintain.
Nobody. Again, everybody.
Because I want to quit my job, so tell me how to do it. Please.
To quit your job, you have to find a necessity.
Okay.
I think there's a formula to being successful in any business. There's a problem minus solution equals wealth. Most people do what they want to do opposed to doing what they need to do. Everybody says that, well, it's not my passion, that's why I don't do it. But in Scripture it says that where your treasure is, your heart will be also. It doesn't say where your heart is, your treasure will be. So people think they have to do something that they love to be successful. But I do what I need to do quickly, as soon as I can. Let's say from 10 years. Let's say right now, I don't like talking to people, but I do it every single day.
Right.
Every single day. For 10 years, because that's what I need to do. So I'll be 35 years old 10 years from now. And I can do whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to do. But people aren't willing to go through that. I have to do what I need to do. I have to sacrifice. I don't know where my money is going to come from.
Sacrifices.
That's what people don't want to do.
Yeah.
That's Sacrificing is like a huge thing that people don't want to do. But I believe that's based on the environment they're in. Because if you was in an environment full of people who all had the same goals in mind, y'all don't have to have the same, career paths, but y'all got the same goals. Y'all could come together and be like, yo, I'm not going out. We not going out this weekend. Like, we gonna come to my house. We gonna all put in $5, $10. We gonna cook. We gonna all sit here. We can go buy a bottle that's $20 as opposed to going to spend, $6, $7 in the club
per drink.
Yeah, per drink. And we're gonna sit here, and this is gonna be our turn up because y'all know what music you like already. Just get a speaker, come to the house. Y'all just put your money together and y'all just chill because it's like, well, Nate, then you say you want to open up a studio. Well, then you say you was trying to buy a new car. Then you say you want to do this. Right. But if you're in an environment of people who don't like to be held accountable, then it's easy for you to just be like, oh yeah, we just gonna go to the club anyway. You know, that's what we're gonna do anyway. So I think it's just the accountability part of being an entrepreneur that people don't really want, because it's easier just to be told what to do by your boss.
That's a fact.
But then you hate your boss.
Most people don't like to be held accountable.
Yeah, that accountability piece. Even me as a man,
it's tough.
like I've been growing into myself as a man, and I'm like, this accountability piece is like, because you know, for so long we never taught accountability.
Right.
You know, we just not taught that. So I think that's another thing why people rather just, you know, have a job as opposed to doing what they really want to do.
You know, the difference between advice and criticism is how you take it. So most people, everything is criticism. It's because people just aren't, I think, comfortable enough in their own shoes just to admit, like, yo, man, I fucked up. And I'm the one that's wrong. I'm the one that's not as good as I'm supposed to be. But of course, it's easier for us to just blame everybody else opposed to just take responsibility. So even when you got a job, it's easy for you to be like, well, it's her fault why I'm not successful. If Rome was your boss, it's Rome's fault why I'm not making the money that I want to make. Because it's easy for you to blame somebody else. But when you're an entrepreneur, you ain't got nobody to blame.
Nobody.
No one to blame.
And I think a good analogy of how to try to paint this picture is you have a lion. A lion is a lion, right? But it's two types of lions. You got the lion that's in the jungle that has to kill what he eats, and then you got the lion that's in the zoo who gets fed every day, no matter what they do or not. And I think that's the difference between an entrepreneur and a regular employee. Like, you may still be a lion in your own realm, but you just a lion in the zoo. I'm a lion in the jungle.
Ooh.
It's just two totally different things.
Okay.
So yeah, I think everybody got the, you know, they have. It's not a lack of information out here. Anything you want to do, we was just talking about YouTube University is everything. So it's nothing that you can't do out here.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real thing. It's just like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a real thing. We just saying.
Okay.
But yeah, like, you know, you just got a lion in the zoo and you got a lion that's in the jungle.
Okay, I like that. Hey, Nay.
Hey.
That's my sis, y'all. That's Nay.
Oh, so are you a Sagittarius?
I am.
Okay, that's what's up.
He's a Sagittarius too. I was telling him about you before you got here. If you have any questions or if you want to jump in at any point, you can, because they just acting like they don't want to talk. Or
Okay. We'll continue.
Okay. All right. So I want to know. Let's see. Do I want to switch these questions up? Okay. So how to build a business? Like, what is the starting point, or what's the first step?
That's a good question.
I think mindset.
Ask that question.
You said mindset?
I think mindset.
Okay.
I think you got, I mean, because everything starts with the mind. You know, where there's no vision, the people shall perish. So if you want to say you want to go out and start a business, do you really understand the mindset that you need and the mental toughness that you're going to need
for this business? And
are you whole enough in yourself to overcome that adversity and have people talking about you starting a business? Because if you don't got that personal power of yourself, if you don't have the mindset to understand that, you're going to fold. Like, you got to think about Rome. He was meant to do what he's doing because he didn't care. Me and him was going to Plaza Aztecas when there was like 10 people in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he never let people look at him and be like, yo, like, what is he doing?
And everybody told him that he shouldn't.
Yeah, everybody told him that he shouldn't.
Stay in the Navy, man.
But it's funny, it goes back to environment. Me and him still believed in him, so, hey, yeah, we'll definitely pull up. Because we understood. Like, we understood, like, yo, we'll definitely, you know, we'll still pull up. So I think the first thing you're going to do if you're going to start a business is you got to get your mind right, and you got to make sure that you holding yourself, because you got to understand people going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. You got to understand it's going to be ups, it's going to be downs. But if you're not holding yourself, you're going to fold and you're going to end up acting like somebody else, or rather you act than acting like you want to act.
Yeah, so you have to be your backbone, basically, when starting a business. You have to be headstrong.
I think you got to find a problem.
Yep,
that's really awesome. I think
find a problem.
You gotta find a problem.
Get into that, because I think I can relate, but I want you to elaborate.
So, like, I never ever go out to the clubs in Virginia. I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Right? I'm from Dallas.
And I can feel you on that.
Dallas is much bigger, better, fancier. Clubs are bigger. Everything. Everything is bigger and better in Texas. It really is.
Right.
It is. Same thing when you go to Raleigh and Charlotte. It's just the clubs are just better. It's bigger space. It's just more people.
Right.
But that's the problem in Virginia. So what if there was one person who could, you know, get their funds up somehow, some way, and buy a big building, and people can come there and they can actually turn up? That's a problem. So who is somebody that can actually have that solution? Privilege. I think that they're doing something that could be bigger than what most people think it is, because Virginia is so whack. So whack.
And you feel like privilege.
I think it could be.
Okay.
Again, but it all starts with the vision. And this is no disrespect to the people that live in that are from Virginia. You know, I know. I know.
I concur, sir.
But people just don't know what they don't know. So everybody that's from Virginia who's probably never traveled or been outside of people go to Miami and they go to LA, and that's obviously LA and Miami. But actually living somewhere and knowing like he was at home this past weekend and he was like, yeah, man. I'm not gonna do anything just because I know that I can, because there's so much to do in Texas. Like he go to Raleigh, like it's so much to do. There's always something for me to do, so I don't want to do nothing. But every weekend, it's like, damn,
we gotta do something.
Let's go somewhere, man. But it's like, but to answer your question, you gotta really find a problem. Like there has to be a solution in your mind already to a problem that could be fixed. So for us, we think, it's especially in Virginia, just, Norfolk is kind of poverty. There's some poverty in Virginia Beach. There's poverty in all the city. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just because people that just don't have the understanding of money, what to do with their money, how to protect their money. So for us, that's a solution factor. I think that in the next couple of years, we will grow to a 7-figure business just because of the solution factor. And that's anything. Like I said, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna think that I'm gonna do whatever I want to do to get successful. I really don't believe that. Mm-hmm. And of course, I know there's been people who've proven that wrong. But it's been more people who find a problem, and that's not necessarily what they want to do. Mm-hmm. But again, where your treasure heart will be also. If you got a boyfriend, if you ever had a boyfriend before, did you love him or did you like him when you first seen him? Of course you did it. But the more you spend time with him,
of course you did it.
The more you spend time with him, the more you started to find, you find a reason why you like him. That's because where your treasure heart will be also. Mm-hmm. So the more you give to something, the more you love it. The more you give to something, the better you get at it. And then you find more problems within a problem, and that's just more solutions.
Well, I don't want to go in a situation trying to find a whole bunch of problems. That's just a whole bunch of negativity.
No, but that's where the bag is at. That's where the bag is at. If that's a problem, think about the number one company in the world is Amazon. Right. What problem did he solve? Convenient problem.
Going to Walmart. 2 hours.
You could press a button and it's at your door today.
Everything on Amazon.
You don't have to get up. You don't have to leave anymore. He found a problem and he solved that problem.
You know when people say, everybody says more money, more problems? Mm-hmm. Y'all know that's a real thing. Like, that is, man, I never realized how many problems.
My grandpa tell me that all the time, though.
I never realized how much problems you have in your life when you start making money. For real.
Sure?
But it's backwards though. It's the saying is it sounds good, but it's backwards. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. Yeah. The
Wait, is your live still on?
Oh, we ain't even cut it on.
Oh.
It's too late now. I thought about it like 10 minutes in. I was like, that screen is blank. That screen is blank. I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's so good.
Okay.
But I think even just to hit on a little bit more about what we do and how we've been able to be so successful so early is because we in finances. Finances is the number one problem in the world. Either you have a problem managing your money, or you have a problem making money. Like one of the two are the problem. Mm-hmm. And so what we do, we just come in and we just help you solve that problem. The thing is though, if it's not dressed up how you thought it would look, and if it's not as easy as you thought it was going to be, then you will stop. Because you could be my client, and I could put a nice plan in place for you, and I could tell you you're going to have to cut back $200 a month on eating out, and the plan could be exactly what you wanted to be, but it's up to you to have the discipline to not spend that $200.
It's the biggest gap in the world.
Knowing and doing. That's the biggest gap. So
wait, what's the biggest gap?
Knowing and doing. So you know what you should do, but the gap in between you doing it is like huge.
That's the success point in any business. Yeah. You have to be the gap filler between knowing and doing, and whatever it may be, whatever
so
you
know you need to do it.
Right.
You gotta take action. Like you actually need to do it and take action. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Let's see. I did have another question to add in here, but I forgot it. Okay, we asked that one. So what is the end goal for you guys? Because my end goal is financial freedom. But
what is that?
Just freedom with my money. I can be free with it. I can go get what I need when I want when I want it. Financial freedom. Am I wrong? Please correct me.
I think it's it depending on the person. Everything is different.
Okay, so what's your definition of financial freedom?
Financial freedom is let's say I meet you at Starbucks, and you say, hey, what's your name? You see the big Phantom outside, and I'm in some flip flops and a white beater, and you ask me what do I do, and I say whatever I want. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you do? Whatever I want. Like, I don't understand. Can you elaborate on the question? I can literally talk to you right now as long as I want to. I'm gonna pick up my kids from school, and I still had $100,000 deposited into my account today. I can literally do whatever I want. That's financial freedom.
Okay.
Constantly having residual income. I don't honestly think there's not a certain amount of money saved. Well, I take that back because it is, but it's multiple millions of dollars to have that saved to literally be financially free. Other than that, it has to be a certain amount of money coming in every single month, whether your toes hit the ground or not. That's financial independence to me.
Okay, I agree on your definition. Okay, what about you?
For me, I need time freedom and financial freedom. I definitely need time freedom. That's huge. That's huge for me. Like I was just talking the other day to my best friend, and I was telling her like I kind of got pressure to always take my mom out of the country once a year now, right?
Why?
So because this is becoming a trend. Like last year we went to Jamaica. This year we're going to Costa Rica, right? So that's becoming a trend now. But the thing is, I have to go there and I have to come back. Like it's not. I want to be able to say every year, me and my family, we just go on a trip for 30 days.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't have anywhere to be. I can automate my business from a computer and some Wi-Fi. And I want to be able to have the funds to do that. Like I don't want to, because here's the thing about money. Money is simply just options. The lack of money means the lack of options. Because think about it. You drive what you drive right now based on the amount of money that you have. So that's the option that you have. These are the options you have. When you're searching for an apartment, you're searching for your price range. I want to be able to tell my wife, like, yo, book the flight.
But okay.
Like, I don't care when I'm not looking on Tuesday because that's when it's cheaper. Yeah. Like, yo, if I say book the flight, yo, book the flight. If I say I want to stay at the Ritz-Carlton, I want to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. I didn't ask you what was the price. I just said, like, that's where I want to stay. Right. And I don't want to have to worry about, well, how much is it? So that's what I need. I need time freedom and that type of financial freedom too.
I like that.
Like, yo.
Okay, so I want to change my definition then. I like both of y'all definition of it.
I think
time freedom and
I mean to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
I think you have to be.
This is y'all show.
In order to be, the things that he's aspiring to be, I think the things that I know a lot of you guys are aspiring to be, you have to be very specific. Very, very. Like you have to reverse engineer.
Is it gonna get it? Cause he be saying some good shit. Every time the plane come by, he be talking some good shit, and he just mess it up. Okay.
Yeah, I think you gotta reverse engineer. So you have to find a target and then reverse engineer. Because more times than not, like I'm from Dallas, so okay. I've driven to Dallas literally one time, and I will never do that again. That was the dumbest thing I ever did. It's a 24-hour drive, but more times than not. I don't know if you guys ever watched a movie where they have like the little walls and the kids are constantly getting they're drawing a little height line and they grow month after month after month.
Yeah.
I think that anything that you measure grows, but so oftentimes it's like me traveling to Dallas and it's a 24-hour drive and I've only been driving for 6 hours, but because I haven't paid attention to where I'm at, I think I'm closer than I actually am. So that's why I say when it comes to your success, whatever it is you aspire to have in life, it has to be specific, like down to the T. How much, like when we were talking, like he knows and he got me on this. How much is my bills cost in my dream life? Like he was telling me this and I hadn't even done it before. Like my bills is $30,000 a month. That's how much his lifestyle. That's his bills.
Just bills.
It's $30,000 a month. So now he has that on the table. Like, okay, this is my dream life. $30,000 a month. This is what I'm gonna be paying out. That's not what's coming in. So now what I need to make in order for me to save 30% of my income. And still live off 10%. So the wealthy live off 10% of their income, while the middle class they live off 90% of their income. So 30% with 10% of 330,000. You do the math. That's the type of lifestyle that he aspires to live. But again, you can never have that type of lifestyle if it's not literally to the T. So you have to go, touch your dreams.
I can even reference the book. I got that from him. It's out of a book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy.
Best book ever.
And that's the best book. Well, it's a lot of books. I can drop books all day, but that's one of the books that had me like, oh, I gotta get my shit together. Like, yeah, it was like, oh. Like,
and what is the name of this book?
No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Like, it costs you nothing right now to go to the Mercedes dealership and say you want to test drive a car.
As long as you got auto insurance.
As long as you got auto insurance. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to be intentional about why you're doing that. You just can't do it to be like, oh, let me post this on the ground.
Right.
You got to be able to internalize that feeling. Is like, yo, this is like mine. I'm gonna have this one day.
And
Seeing
people,
is believing.
and people don't even know it's $4 or $5 million mansions in Virginia,
right?
In like the Chesapeake, Suffolk, Virginia Beach area. But why don't people know that? Because they never think they'll be able to afford it. They don't know that it's Porsche dealerships here. They don't know it's Range Rover dealerships right off Virginia Beach Boulevard. Why do people never go there? Because they never think they'll be able to afford it.
The owner, when we did the elevation, we went to his house to do the money because we teamed up with him, and I pulled out. He stayed on the water, like all the way out the beach. It's like a nice little narrow road, a couple houses, and then he all the way at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, he got 4-car garages, a big dually truck. You walk in his house.
Really?
He got a little Spanish lady. I thought it was his wife.
It was a maid.
Yeah, it was a maid. You know what I'm saying? He got like it was just beautiful.
That's even in the budget.
Yeah.
I need a driver.
Maid,
I need a driver because I don't necessarily want my wife to clean up the house. So like we gonna have a maid just in case, right? I want a chef.
Not just in case.
Yeah, like, you know, like
She there.
you know. So I want a full time. I want a full time staff, not just in my business, but in my like personal life, in my house.
Yeah.
So that costs. But it's like I want to make sure because I'm big on like I got this Frank Lucas like persona to myself, and
Frank
he
Lucas.
he overtipped. He overgave. Like you know, he took care of his people. You know, granted, what he did with his money, I don't got nothing to do with that. How he made his money, I don't got nothing to do with that. What he did with it, though, he put his whole family on.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to pay my people good. I want to be able to say, yo, I'm gonna salary you at $75,000, and you're not gonna work holidays neither. You know, you're gonna have time off. Like, but I'm gonna still salary you at $75,000 because I want your loyalty, and money can be bought with loyalty.
It's a fact.
On top of me showing you how much I really appreciate you. So if I show you that you're really appreciated, and I'm paying you more than where you could go get at. And it's love, and I'm teaching you because I'm investing in real estate. So I'm telling you, like, yo, I'm paying you $75,000 a year. Where you putting your money? Hey, go let my accountant come over and talk to you about what you can do with your money. So I'm building an empire already with a complete stranger. So I'm changing their life. That's why how successful I am. A lot of people need me to be successful because I'm not a greedy person. I want to make sure I put you on. I want to make sure when it's time for me to come party with Rome, we buy out the club. Like I'm the biggest client. Like when I call and say I'm coming, everything stops and I get exactly what I want because you know I'm gonna spend money with you and you know I'm gonna take care of you. So even the real estate I buy, the carpenter need to make money because he need to put food on his table. So I'm putting food on his table. The roofer need to put food on his table. So I'm putting food on his table. But if I don't have the money to do that, a lot of people not gonna eat. So I gotta eat.
Wow. They deep, y'all.
I told you. You talking my talk.
Oh shit, they are deep, y'all. I like
She been bugging
this.
me all week, all last week.
Y'all are deep. Okay. Did I ask y'all end goal? I did, right? That was the last question. That's what we stopped here.
Basically like 100 million.
100 million.
100 million?
Yeah.
But so I seen Jay-Z today.
He said basically.
Yeah. I seen Jay-Z today and it's like, man.
Yeah, I don't know no more.
I
don't know no
I
more.
might be undershooting myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm 26.
Right.
He was 26. And I'm like, man, I could,
Right.
I'm thinking like, man, I could do that.
Right.
Like I could do that. You know, I think that I could do that.
You can.
Yeah.
For sure.
can.
But if I end up at 100 mil, I mean, I'll be
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool with 100
Yeah,
million.
I'm cool with 100 mil.
But a billion, that'd be cool too. That's just more people being paid out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna do another little business question, then we're gonna get into my part of the show. Okay? So my last question is, how can you get your money to make you more money? Or what is your best advice to how to get your money that you have now, or money you have invested, whatever the case may be? How do you get that to make you more money?
Well, first you got to work to make the money. First, I think that's the first thing. You have to. I think everybody says that it takes money to make money, and in the sense of your money working for you, I would kind of agree that a little bit. But at the same time, most people think it's about how much you save, but it's just about how soon you start. But some people don't start saving for real until they're in their late 30s or early 40s. But man, you guys millennials, you start saving a couple $100 a month. a couple $100 a month, literally $200 a month at 21, 22, 23. I'll sit down.
Touch it.
You just never touch it. But see, that's the thing.
That's hard.
Can I never touch it? But like he mentioned, he said something that was super key. He said you can buy loyalty with money. Why do you think most people never quit their jobs? Where your treasure, again, it's the same scripture. Where your treasures, your heart will be also. When you go to church and somebody, let's say tithe, like your heart cringes up. Why? Because your heart is where your money is. That's why people don't quit their jobs. You don't take somebody out to eat. You going out to eat with a dude, or vice versa. Dude taking a woman out to eat. When it's time to pay that bill, although it may not be a big deal for him, it may not be a big deal for you guys, but it's still like, because that's where your heart is. Right. So when people can learn that they got to take that emotional attachment away to that little couple $100 a month, I think that's how you make your money work for you. Learning how to put it away, learning where to put it away, just like going to the gym. If Rome is a personal trainer, I'm pretty sure that he would get me better results than me going to the gym by myself. Same thing in finance. You can try to save by yourself, but if the bank isn't giving you any return on your investment, because it's giving you like 0.4% interest, then your money's never going to grow for you. So you need somebody to help you with that. So you need a professional, the same way you do in anything you do in life. You need a professional coach. You need a professional trainer. Same thing in finance. You need somebody that's going to give you professional advice on where you should be putting your money.
Okay.
So in other words, come see us.
Yeah, real life.
Basically, y'all want to do y'all little plug right here?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, just follow us, hit us up. You got questions about money, you could DM us. We try to get back to you as soon as we can. But I love talking money. So if you for real, definitely
don't waste my time.
Yeah, don't waste my time. So if you for real about talking money, we could definitely talk money. Because the first thing everybody need to do is get a lot of their money out the bank.
Yeah. Because
if you save your money in the bank, you actually losing money.
Why you say that? Get into that.
Exactly. Explain that.
Okay, so so y'all know what inflation is. What is inflation? Y'all know what inflation is?
Take us to school.
Back in the day when your grandma and them talked about how a carton of eggs was like 10 cents back in the day and now it's like double? That's inflation. So every year, inflation is 2 to 3%.
Yeah.
So that means, let's say you had $100 this year. Right? Next year, let's say inflation is now 2%. Your $100 is now only going to buy you $98 worth of stuff. So imagine over the time, if you continue to save your money in the bank, your bank account gets you how much interest?
I don't know.
Less than 1%. So your bank account gets you less than 1%, but inflation is 2 to 3%.
Well, because sometimes I see they give something back.
Yeah, like a penny.
Like a penny.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what that is.
Yeah.
No. But I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Keep
So
going.
basically, that's what it is. That's how you lose money in the bank, because your money isn't the interest rate you're getting on your money in the bank is gonna outpace inflation over the years. Because you're not meeting inflation. That's why in the military we get a raise. The raise is just right along with inflation.
It just matches inflation.
Inflation is 2 to 3%. We get a 2 to 3% raise. That's all it is matching inflation. So if you continue to keep your money, let's say in the bank, save all your money in the bank for 5 years, and let's say inflation all of those years was 2%. So over a total of 5 years, you actually lost a lot of money, because that's a total of 10% of interest that you didn't gain, but you actually lost, because now your $100 is really only worth $90. But in the bank, you still have $100. But in all reality, that $100 is only going to buy you $90 worth of stuff. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
You guys Google. If you guys got on Google right now, Google went to the inflation chart on Google. You typed in $1 million. $1 million. Let's say in 2007, 2008, $1 million in 2007. In 2019, it's probably $750, $800,000. So that's $200,000 difference. So imagine what $50,000 would be 10 years from now. That's what everybody is so cool with making. I make $50,000 a year. I make $4,000 a month. Yeah. But imagine what that's going to be worth 10 years from now. So they raised the cost of what is it? They raised minimum wage.
Oh yeah.
They made minimum wage to match the value of a dollar being worth less. I think, and I guess you can say I'm a little weird about this. I think like in the next 20 to 30 years, you see movies like I, Robot and stuff like that. That's gonna be life.
That's gonna be real.
I think that's.
But the people who are poor are gonna be the people who are affected by that the most. The people who are wealthy will be the decision makers. I mean, you gotta. Although I don't wanna see people who are poor living, under the means, and everybody's working at a factory. I think that'll be life 20 years from now. Everybody work at factories because McDonald's, they be ran by machines. Taco Bell be ran by machines. Everything we ran by machines. The only way for you to outpace that is entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. You got to find a problem, create a solution, you get wealthy.
Ooh, he had a whole little skit. Okay, great. So I definitely learned something here today. That's good. That's really good. I'm pretty sure the viewers learned something too. Okay, so we're gonna get into my part of this show.
Okay.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, we got, we ain't grow up. We wasn't always this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying we yeah, I mean, we grew up. We grew up. That's why God is good.
Yeah.
God is good.
Okay, so this is my foreplay.
Oh Lord.
My ice. This is like my icebreaker. Okay.
Okay.
So what do men want, basically? All right.
Oh, we gonna get into this.
Oh.
How long
we can get into it.
Okay, so look.
So I just want you to understand first, I'm not trying to sound arrogant when I say this by any means, because I'm regular, but the type of men you talking to is not like when you say what do men want, just so you know, like before we answer the question, it's not a typical what these little boys who make $30,000 a year what they want. And there's no offense to nobody who makes that type of money, but I'm just saying. I think all these women, they want bosses, but they don't realize that a boss is like, I got to put you on my schedule for us to go out on a date.
Facts.
Like
it's nothing against you, but if you want to be up
Come on, sis. Come pull up a chair.
So before we even get into it, if you want to be in the house, if you want to live the life that you want to live, I need to go to work so I can provide that lifestyle for you, right?
Okay.
But if you always on my line and you always want my time,
they're gonna talk all day.
how am I gonna go get the bag?
Well, what type of females y'all talking to that want to be on the phone with y'all?
Not necessarily.
I'm playing.
Come on, sis.
I mean, I'm not
Grab
saying
the chair.
I'm not saying that all
Thank
women want
you.
to be on the phone all day, but it's like
It's like, yo, if I may talk to you in the morning and I may not have time to really, really talk to you, we could text you out today, but I may not have time to really, really talk to you till like 10, 11 o'clock that night.
And
Do I need to hold off? You coming?
That's a good one. That's why I'm single.
Yeah, I would expect for her to be like, I understand that you're busy.
I respect that. Okay.
Like, you busy. All right, cool. No pressure.
All right, y'all. So we brought in my sis, Nibble on Navia. We brought her into the show. So what we gonna do? We gonna get back into it? Yeah, we're gonna get back into it. Okay, so yes, like we said, so what men want. So like you said, we're talking about two different type of men. Men.
Right.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about lace fronts? What's funny?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
So you like your girls natural? Do you like sew-ins? What do you like?
No. I'm not gonna say natural. I like the implants. I like the breast implant. I have a daughter, so I've seen how the body falls.
Okay.
Her mom is beautiful. She has breast implants as well. But I think that's for me. Again, this is for me. Ladies, don't be mad at me. But for me, breast implants is a necessity.
We didn't say nothing about no breast implants.
I was gonna say I don't necessarily. I'm not gonna say nothing like I'm not.
We went from lace fronts to
Lace fronts is no go.
Yeah.
None at all.
I don't really care.
Shoulders, no wigs, no nothing.
No
just no wig.
No wigs. No wigs at all.
Okay, so
the weave, the extensions, we could.
So if it's not natural, if it's not a weave, what you want, braids all the time?
I don't really like braids either.
So tell us what type of
You
hairstyle.
want her to be bald.
No, I like ponytails. I like straight hair. Braids is cool. Everybody has their own preference, but I'm like a straight hair type of guy. Curly hair, natural hair.
So you like your girls mixed? It sounds like you describing mixed girls.
the mother of his child is black.
Yeah, mother of my
Is
child
she?
like your color.
So
Yeah.
what?
She wear her hair straight though.
What color?
Yeah.
She wears her hair.
Oh,
straight.
like
Like a
her
wrap.
natural hair.
Yeah, she wears natural hair. She wears
like a
ponytail.
wrap.
Yeah, she wears
Okay.
she wears weave every now and again, but and honestly, I don't have a problem with that. Lace front. Nah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Nah.
I could do the wigs because I got female best friends who like pull off wigs, so I don't got a problem with wigs too much. But that lace front, I just can't give it the lace front.
Okay, so let's go ahead and be clear here. A wig is a lace front.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear because you said she do wigs. The wig is fine, but you said the lace front, no. It is the same thing. Okay, you have a closure, which is here, and
That's-
then you have a
it's-
frontal, which is from ear to ear.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, all of that you talking about.
What about it though? What about it don't you like? And why is it so weird?
Bitch, make it bad.
Yes, because what?
It's like, okay, imagine a dude. I'm trying to think how can I put this in a way that the dude is catfishing. That's what I want. To me, that's what it is.
It's not necessarily a catfish.
What's the dude with the one eye?
Okay,
With the
perfect.
fake dreads.
Perfect example. You know, if you guys seen
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap with the fake dreads.
But
yeah. Have you guys seen the hair replacement thing that the people doing now? Mm-hmm. Imagine a dude
with his hair?
who got the hair replacement thing on his head, right?
Okay.
And then one day he just comes to the crib and like, babe, like we trust each other, right? Like you love me, right? All right, cool. Take it off, and he got a balding cut. That's cool. I'm asking.
No, that's not cool.
Is that cool for you? I'm asking.
No.
Okay. So,
But
so if you got a lace front, and I'm not saying I don't know what you guys' hair looks like, but if you got on a lace front all the time, I've never seen your natural hair, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, we like each other, right? We and you comfortable with each other. You pull your wig off, and it's like,
I like that.
you got a fade like me. It's like,
Get that back on.
nah, I'm just not.
I think
I can understand being no, hear me out, sis.
I'm gonna listen.
I can understand if she looked different underneath everything, but to say that you don't like it because the fear of being catfished or whatever like that, like it's like you looking at every wig the same, like she bald head, or she might be bald head, or she might be bald head. You can't, but I can look at you like them might be plugs, those might be fake, but
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, I think more so it's how the woman carries
How?
it. It's how she wears it more so. But it's certain stuff like it's just certain stuff. I can't give you an example. I don't have a problem with all of that, but I've seen really bad things in my life, and it's just like, yo, I just cannot.
Tell me some bad things you've seen.
I don't know. I would have to
Bad
show you
things.
pictures, or we'll have to be out, and I'd be like, yo, that's it. Like that
Okay.
right there.
Whatever that
is.
Whatever that is, I ain't with it.
Okay.
So y'all
Bad
just saying,
wig, this is a good wig.
okay, a good wig and a bad wig. So that's what y'all saying.
Okay, cool.
So when you look at it,
Like,
and
He's
you
not
can
saying
see
that.
it,
He's saying period.
He's saying period.
I'm not a fan.
Can I
I'm
say
not a
this?
fan.
As a dude, if I know you got a bad wig on, then you know that's bad. Because I don't be knowing the difference between a bad
Right.
wig and a good one. So if I know it's bad, that shit trash.
That's it. And you ain't got no
I
friends.
can agree.
You
If,
ain't got
if
no
a
friends.
male, if a male can
You ain't got
can
no
look at it
friends.
and
Yeah.
say anything, if a male can look and say anything like that, yeah.
If I could see
You gotta be
if I
there.
could literally see the
netting,
little
the
mat
netting,
right there
the
across the
screen
head,
door.
it's like, all right, this is. I done seen some wigs where girls the things start like right here.
The
and
cap.
you can see their hair.
They real
and it's
hair.
like you can clearly see that one is natural and then the other one is like it
It's
looks.
a different
Yeah, nah.
And so, but like, I want to elaborate on why we so big on appearance. We're in business meetings all the time. We're in meetings where decisions are being made. As a man that's always in those positions, I need my woman to be presentable because I don't want to have to always tell you stay at the house because your hair messed up.
I'm not gonna tell you that. You're not gonna be with me.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not even gonna be with me, So in a sense, I need my woman to always just be presentable in whatever way she is because I'm going to be in rooms where decisions are being made, and I want you to be a part of those decisions. But if you can't even, because you're a reflection of me, so you're not gonna walk in there looking crazy and they looking at me like.
I
Damn.
think as people anyway, we are all in our own right very shallow.
Yeah.
People can try to
100%.
kick off
that
like,
was-
appearances and everything,
Oh,
but
yeah.
unless you really know somebody's personality, you're not gonna take the time to get to know them if you don't find them physically
Yeah,
attractive.
attractive.
You might have some situations that y'all are friends and you like, I'm really vibing, and you might fall into that. But if she wasn't bad walking down the street, she can be the best. That could be your wife walking down the street. You like,
She
ooh.
could be. She could miss out. Very true.
Hey, look.
Very true. I think that's everybody though. Like I think I could be the wealthiest man in the world. I could have the best lifestyle, the best sex, all those things. But if you look at me and I'll approach you in the club, can I buy you a drink? You look at me,
No.
and it's like definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely can't buy me no drink. You just missed out on your $1 million man.
Yeah, you
so
just-
I agree with you. Everybody is shallow.
And
Everybody
it's
is
crazy because that you said that I sell cars now. It's millionaires that come in there with flip flops and like shorts, like looking crazy.
That's
And
gonna be us.
people will not try to work with them because they assume
That they ain't
they
got
don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And they come in here and they buy like 7 cars for their company type junk. So yeah. But I'm definitely not gonna pay you no mind though.
It's like when you was young and you was at the house party, and before you danced with a dude, you look back at him to make sure he was cute.
Even now, still.
To this day.
That is a fact.
Right.
Yeah, girl, turn around. I'm cute. Yeah.
I mean, how do y'all feel about a female's toenails or just toes and nails in general?
White toenails.
Wait, hold on. Did you say white? Are you giving colors?
Yeah.
Is that a suggestion or a
he
preference?
just gave a
Preference.
color.
Okay.
White
What?
toenails.
Okay, so that's just what you prefer. I thought you were saying like your girl had to have like white.
No, she don't. I mean, everybody can do
But if
whatever
you
they
call
want
me and
to.
tell me you going to the salon, I'm gonna
ask
tell
me
you.
white.
Yeah, get white.
White toenails.
You gonna say white too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Summertime.
Do y'all feel like her feet and nails should always be done?
Always like
95%.
So if you say 95%, right, and you feel like they should be done, are you gonna pay for them?
I mean, it's no problem.
Y'all know I was getting.
that's like $60.
That's no problem.
Like that's like. Yeah.
See, this a different reaction though, Nay. They like,
Of course. The
Let me
other
ask
guys
you
be
this.
like,
Let me ask
so
you
here
this.
we go.
Let me ask you this. It's not a problem to pay the $60 for the nails.
Yeah.
What if she expects you to pay for the nails in order to be dealing with her?
Oh,
That's wait. In order to be dealing with her.
In order to,
So that's like the,
that's the.
if you can't pay for her nails,
He be
and
rich.
toes,
I think, yeah. I
then
think
it's
you.
like, no, we can't.
I mean,
You
no,
turned it up. It wasn't all of that.
It
So
wasn't
here's
all
my
that.
thing.
It wasn't all that.
I think that all women should be gold diggers.
Ooh!
But let me explain. Let me
You gotta talk it, Leo!
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Nah, bro.
So I don't mean
No,
gold diggers.
now come back.
So look, there's negative connotations to everything in life, right? So I'm not the type of guy that's like, what's right and what's wrong. I ain't that guy. But every woman should want to be with a man who could take care of her like fully, if he aspires to do so. I mean, like car note, rent, everything. If he aspires to do so. If you was a woman, although I know it's kind of difficult for us to imagine us as being a woman, but you're not gonna want to be with a bum. Like you think about you being with a girl, if you with a lady and she's beautiful, she's attractive, but she just has very poor habits, you know, she doesn't do anything for herself, she doesn't do anything other than look good. Eventually you're gonna treat her the way that she is opposed to the way that she looks. So eventually you ain't gonna want her no more. Women are the same thing. Why would I want to be with a bro?
I think so. He talking about a wife, and you talking about in the talking phase, right?
We're talking about in general. Just
In general,
initially.
like
You
look.
can't fuck with me unless you get my nails and toes done.
Oh, that's different.
Nobody
Okay,
said.
so no, yeah, no.
Nobody said
Okay, yeah.
that.
No, I can't.
I've never met a girl like that. What? I've never met a girl like that.
Never.
Hey,
Never did
I
like
give
that.
off that energy, bro. I'm not.
Proximity.
Yeah, I give off that energy, bro. Like for one,
I feel like
my energy is I'm the prize. Like I'm going to
you are
enhance
what
you.
you attract.
Yeah, like, I'm going to enhance you by us even dealing with each other. Period. I don't have to trick
I
off.
feel like women should be chasing men.
I agree. I don't think. Well, I
think
agree.
absolutely not.
I'm 50-50.
Absolutely
Listen,
not.
I
I'm
think
50-50.
you are out
When you go
your
to the store,
mind.
when you go to the Foot Locker, and you want to pay, you know what's a long line for the new J's? Because it's a limited amount. It's 2 million more men than women. I mean, more women than men.
It's true.
Why are we chasing y'all? Like,
Because we are the creators.
Bro.
If it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be none of nothing.
So
But
that-
y'all
so
came from us though.
Came from men.
Y'all came from us
Period.
though.
So
No,
that,
I mean, if you want to go that route,
Well,
but
that's
I mean,
the truth.
the
A woman came from a
continuation
man.
of it.
Okay,
I
in
mean,
the continuation of it, okay.
Can you give him a baby?
No.
Can you give
Fine.
him?
I get it. I get
You
it.
grow
got a baby
over
without
it.
me.
I can't.
look.
Oh yeah, they got
I
like
can.
the technology nowadays.
I can't actually.
I respect women being creative and whatnot, but that doesn't warrant the attention that y'all, call.
Why
So
not?
this is my thing about the chasing
Why
woman
not?
thing.
Wouldn't you want your mother to be held with the utmost because that's your mother? She brought you into this world.
So
Yeah, but she have to deserve that from a man.
What?
Yeah.
You don't ultimately feel.
Ain't no man for just give my mom. You know why my dad treat my mom the way he do?
Why?
And she stuck through it. She been together since I was like, that's why he deal with her. She's tested. You know
You
what
wanna
I'm
be
saying?
on camera?
She ain't going
That's
nowhere.
true.
Come on.
We gotta bring it back to here.
Oh, I'm
'cause
sorry.
You look at Gucci
I'll probably
and his
cut most
wife.
of this shit, to be
Out of
honest.
all the things that Gucci put his
No,
wife
you
through,
good, bro.
and
you talk
she's
about
still
like
there.
as far as the time.
I think women are way more resilient
Yeah,
than we
I got
are.
one
I think
back.
honestly, women are God's greatest creation, man. So I think we should chase them a little bit for sure.
because I think in my
Like-
opinion, if a woman is doing, if I can look at her and she motivates me, I'm gonna go get that.
Ooh.
Facts.
If I look at her and she motivates me, I'm gonna go get that.
Facts. But if you just looking for a handout, I'm just looking for a nigga with some money.
Oh no. I can't because I need you to help me build this.
This culture now is fucked.
Yeah.
This new culture, I need a nigga with a bag. I need a boss nigga. Nah, that's fucked.
Because we have our own bags. Ooh, we have our own bags.
Not really.
We have our own bags.
Honestly, so I was just talking about this the other day. So I feel like
we have our own bags.
But
that's very true.
We're definitely getting our own bags, though.
I mean,
Did you hear that?
And that, but honestly, because and this is gonna be controversial, but as men, and I'm a man, so I can say this, we haven't been doing what we supposed to do. So now, as women, y'all are taking up most of the responsibilities because as men, we weren't doing what we were supposed to do. So now it's coming to a point to where, but now the women, y'all are taking the power away from the man because now y'all don't need anything.
Right.
It's like y'all rather do it yourself instead of calling me. Like, yo, that's what I'm the man. Like, that's what I'm here for. Call me.
But now, we started that paying 50-50. Everything is 50-50.
Yeah, we started
50-50.
Yeah, we started that.
So who started that?
We I think
men.
I think the millennials.
You think men started that?
Millennial men.
Do y'all agree
Millennial
with that
men.
thing? Do y'all agree with that though? 50-50?
I did when I was broke.
Yeah, when you was broke, yeah.
I agree
So
with
what do
100%.
y'all agree with now?
I would say I'm never doing 50-50.
I got the bag. I pay for everything.
Yeah, it ain't no, like, that's not a conversation. Like, I got it.
Okay, now.
You can do the rent and I'll do.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
because
I'll do like a little
so this is my
bill.
What is it?
So this is my
Water.
thing. Why this conversation? It's a heavy conversation because we're all over the place and we're not necessarily like taking the time to talk and build with any one person. Because if I just met you today and tomorrow I talk to you and I say, hey, I think you're attractive, let's go out. Mm-hmm. And we go out, if I don't have real intentions on building with you, this type of conversation is too heavy. Mm-hmm. You know? Because that conversation is just way too heavy. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's the situation and it's like everybody is in this space to where nobody really wants to talk about that yet because you don't know. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if I really like you yet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like...
Then you don't know.
Yeah, like, do I want to talk about this with her? Do I even want to, like, I got to go speak next week. Do I even want to, like, bring her there?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you have to have those conversations because how can you know if you don't go out and try to do it? You know, if y'all at dinner or whatever and you try to have a conversation with her, if you feel like this conversation might be too heavy, this situation
is too heavy.
It's too heavy. It's a dub because the vibe already ain't there. You already picked that up like off rip. If you just sitting there like, I don't know if I can.
I mean, I think because of IG now, for real, we don't even want to know. We got one motive. Most people, most men and women, like you see somebody on IG often, like damn, he attractive, or you see damn, she attractive. When you see her, it's like, yo, I mean, physical. Like, yeah, it's a physical thing.
Physical, yeah.
So the everything else, it kind of gets shielded. You know, it's more so about what you're doing. Like it's all like external. It's nothing that's really deeper than that. So it's easy to get in there and get out.
And I'm a real transparent and deep person, so I want to know. So I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Because I want to know. Because I don't want to waste my time.
Okay.
Well, as soon as a woman is like that, it's kind of like we get taken as we drilling.
You're intruding.
Like, right.
It's true.
But it's how are we intruding though?
I think it depends on the woman and what she brings to the table.
What you say?
I think it depends on the woman and what she brings to the table. Because if she bringing her own bag and she's asking me about my future goals and my future plans, I feel like she's warranted to do that because she has everything without me already.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's okay. Oh, no, okay. Well, let me sit up and let me tell you, what the goal is. But if I don't want to disrespect nobody's job, but like, if you not even aspiring to be that and you expected me to be that and you asking me these questions, it's like, yo, chill.
You're like, what are you doing? Right,
like,
I got you.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, let me get into the next one then. Okay. Do y'all prefer waxed or like a landing strip?
Laser.
Waxed.
Laser?
Waxed.
Wax.
Yeah,
Wax.
No hair.
No hair. Zero.
Period.
None.
Okay.
From the eyebrow down.
If it's a landing strip, I'm a creative. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm like, so it's like that would be kind of cool. It's like, yo, you put some thought into this, and like your wax lady is like lit. So it's like, I know you care about yourself and your hygiene. And I think that's all what that come down to is really what's your hygiene.
Yeah. Well,
but wax,
I don't agree. You could smell real good, but if you got hair down there, I ain't even.
Okay. All right. So my next one is, how do y'all feel about a female that does have sex on the first night? What is your first opinion of her, or your first thought?
We started laughing.
I mean, she might have missed
Y'all
her shot.
funny.
She might have missed her shot.
You think she missed her shot?
She might have missed.
Okay. What about you?
She might should have waited a couple. Made it for me. Like I feel like I'm aggressive. I'm not shy about anything. So if you're a little too open, then it's like, is it this easy for everybody? That's what I'm thinking. And I don't want that. I don't want that. Now I'm not saying don't treat me different because I am different, but I'm saying at the first day, like, damn, you don't even know me.
See, I can't agree. Me and him grew up two totally different ways.
For sure.
We definitely. I grew up,
and that's affected him, right?
Yeah.
But he's also a Sag.
Yeah. So it's like,
But he's a Leo.
Yeah.
Bitch, what? I don't know.
So okay, so I have a legit example. No bullshit. A legit example. I met this girl the first night we ever met. We hooked up. This girl to this day is still like one of my best friends.
But how it end? Y'all be talking? Y'all cool?
But so the thing was,
no, I ain't what I asked.
I didn't do what I was supposed to do because she could have been my girlfriend. Well, she could have been my wife, but now she's somebody else's wife.
But your perspective about her was different because she gave it up on the first.
No,
time.
it wasn't. It wasn't. Because me and her stayed friends. Like, I got her vibe. I got her energy that I felt like this isn't like an all the time thing for you. Because I knew it wasn't an all the time thing for you because it wasn't like she was like right here, like after the fact. But you could tell she was kind of like, you could tell it was like, I don't really do that. Like I got caught up in the vibe, but like I don't really do that. So like I gotta make sure like I keep him close just in case this could be something because I don't really do that. And like to this day, that girl is like one of my best friends because at the end of the day, you grown and I'm grown. At the end of the day, you knew what you wanted just like I knew what I wanted. So I can't really criticize you for letting me do that on the first night when I knew that's what I wanted too.
That's the truth.
So can you take her serious after that? You said no already.
I would like to.
I feel like it depends. It depends on the woman. I think it all depends on the woman. Like if I'm big on energy. So if I feel like that energy is like, oh, this is like normal for you, it's like, So I think it's a case by case basis. And then if you look at what a woman got going on, it'll kind of give you an idea if this is the norm for her, if this is something that kind of just happened. Because honestly, and this is just me being honest, I feel like I'm an easy guy to vibe with. So I feel like you could easily get caught up in the moment in the night and be like, yo, like I don't mean you no harm. Like we could do this tonight, and I'm like we could go get something to eat tomorrow, and it ain't no big deal. So I ain't that big of a judgmental person because for one.
So you judging off that?
I gotta tell.
I won't say that I'm judging, but it's like if you hit the lotto today, if you had $100 million today, a lot of the things that you feel like that you aspire to do, no longer will do, because you already hit your target.
I think I'll be.
Same thing in the.
I think I'll be more.
Because I still want more of it.
Right.
Well, you got more money now, so you're gonna be doing more frivolous things with it, like things that you really, really, really want to do long term. But as far as the process to get there, it's not that deep. It's not that deep anymore. I think it's the same thing.
Coming from my mindset now, I don't have it. So when I get it, I need to put it in every basket to keep it coming. Type of thing. So everything that I'm trying to do now is just gonna be full throttle.
It's gonna enhance. That's
so I don't think like the mindset gonna change. Like, oh, now I got this bag. Let me go chill. Let me go buy a whole bunch of stuff. Like, no, like I need to go ahead and do something with that so I can keep it coming because this is only gonna last but so long.
Yeah. But for a lot of men, I say all that to say a lot of men, the target is to to get the sex. So once that's got like quick, it's like, well, shit. It's no need for me to waste my whole energy trying to talk, and I don't even want to do that. Now I'm not saying like that for everybody. I'm not saying like that for everybody because it definitely ain't. But for the people that it's like you can just tell that it's very easy to get on the first night. It's like I don't even need to waste my energy on getting to know you just so I can get one thing when you already gave it to me.
And a lot of times girls is bold now. I remember we was at Privileged Party. We was at Grand V Theater.
She was like, hey,
yo, and this girl chased me down and was like,
no, she didn't.
And like the whole time throughout the club, like she was trying to get me to dance. I don't really dance in the club. We really just be chilling, and like it's like you could tell she was trying to get me
attention,
to like
everything.
Like she was trying to get my attention, and I was just like she'll come to this side of the club, and I'll be like, hey bro, let's go to the other side. So finally, I guess she had enough of my
that's so
book.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
she
she
was
did.
following
Right,
around.
I guess.
around the club.
Cause I remember I asked you like, yo, who is that? I don't know if you remember, but I was like, yo, who?
When y'all standing in the car.
Don't
Yeah.
say
So
her name.
after that, yeah, I honestly can't even remember her name.
See,
So
that ain't good.
so
Can't
but
give it
so
up
what ended
like
up
that.
happening was we leave, and she like tapped me on my shoulder, and I'm like, yo, she was like, come here, and she gave me her number. It was like, yo, call me, but it was just like. That's an iffy situation that I wasn't willing
I'm
to.
about to say, look at her approach.
Yeah, but I wasn't necessarily willing to really.
Were you attracted?
Experience that? No, I definitely wasn't attracted.
Okay, so period.
She was acting like she
wasn't-
was
she
sharp.
wasn't-
in the-
yeah, she
wasn't
like
ugly.
Yeah, she wasn't ugly, but you know, I'm just I just you know,
Picky.
yeah. I'm
Well,
just
I
super
have
picky.
y'all know, ain't
Bougie
no
and choosy, baby.
women. Some of them, I know there's still some out there, but ain't nobody trying to wait 3 months, 6 months down the road,
I feel like
to
it's a
do
waste
it.
of time.
and then we get there and
then it's
trash.
I mean, we feel
And
the
my
same
father,
way.
look, y'all, my
Trash.
daddy told me this. My
Baggery.
daddy said if the sex is trash in the beginning, just leave it alone. If the sex is trash from the get-go, don't even waste your time, because I feel like the relationship ain't it's not
I
gonna
mean,
be
I've had people that wasn't all at the first time, and the second time you like, oh, okay, like you want to
There you
play,
go.
you want to play get that, all right.
So can I ask y'all a question?
Okay.
What do you guys consider to be trash? Like, what's good and what's not good?
stroke game trash, no foreplay.
Yeah, no foreplay.
I need foreplay. You gotta get her.
You gotta
there.
have rhythm too. Like you gotta
Yeah,
have
the
a
stroke
rhythm.
game.
To the
Yeah.
music or something? Y'all play music?
No,
No.
you. I don't know if you got music in your head or what you need, but what you're not about to do is just
Yeah.
like no.
Be all off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stroke it right.
do the most. I don't like a whole bunch of. No, never mind.
What?
Cause I do.
What?
I'm about to say I don't like a whole bunch of moisture, but I don't like sweat. Like if you licking on me and stuff, that's cool. You don't like
Mhm.
shit.
So you approve?
The licking. I mean, I don't know, cause I don't like. You know.
You said she approved?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Look,
asking.
that's why I ain't want to say
I
that.
mean, yeah. I mean, if you don't like licking, that's kind of cool.
I mean, it's just the saliva.
Yeah, I
I feel
just
like.
don't. Yeah, and I don't even.
Well,
I'm not a kisser. I'm not a kisser unless I really, really like you. So don't be trying to kiss. I don't like the saliva. I just don't like it. It's nasty. It's
But
like-
you want foreplay though? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What is
foreplay.
she-
You can do foreplay in other areas besides my lips. Period.
I mean, I like all of that stuff. That's why I
We can go to the
do.
next question.
Yeah. Next one.
Okay, what's the time? Because I know we run out. I haven't even finished. I haven't even
A
got
few
into.
minutes left.
I ain't get into the climax, and I don't know if I
Do it
want
now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so the climax is this is another part of the show, another segment.
First question.
Okay, so what age did y'all lose your virginity?
15,
15.
16. I'm picky, man. I'm super picky. So it took me a little minute. Now I got head when I was like 11, 10.
10,
How was that?
11.
How old was she?
We was in
We were in-
we was in 4th grade. Yeah.
Ooh, child.
It's a new time, man.
I'm still running from them. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I was
What about
running.
you?
I can't necessarily pinpoint when I lost it. Did y'all playing How to Go Get It?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played that.
Yeah.
I ain't know how to play though. Look.
Yeah, I ain't really know how to play
I was still just going high.
But I think I was
They gonna find us.
matter of fact, I think it was either my freshman or sophomore year.
Of high school?
And y'all was playing high and go get it?
No, I'm talking about early. Like I'm saying, like if you consider like you trying, like you kissing on the girl and the girl giving you head and all of that, like early. But as far as like physical intercourse, I would say it was either my freshman. No, it was definitely my freshman year. It was definitely my
In
freshman.
my junior year of 16.
Yeah, it was my freshman year.
So
And
you-
I'll never forget the girl who took my virginity. She was a senior, and she knew she took my virginity. And like a year later, she came to homecoming, and we ended up like laughing about it. Cause she knew
Okay,
she
laugh about it.
Hey,
Okay.
J. Cole.
Right. Okay, so you want to tell your story?
My story.
Yeah, how you lost your virginity?
How I lost my virginity.
oh shit.
Okay. Okay. I won't say the girl's name. Cause her mom is a very nice person. I actually, she told her, so I was spending at her house. So we was dating, spending at her house, and she told her mom that she was on her period, and that's the only reason why her mom let her stay the night. And her mom knew that her mom thought that she knew that she was a virgin, so she wasn't a virgin, but I was. So she never asked me if I was a virgin, so of course never told her. But I spent the night at her house. My boy Quincy.
That's J. Cole right there.
My boy Quincy at the time, he stayed the night with me. She had a friend.
He don't told on Quincy.
Oh damn.
Damn.
My bad, brother.
It's okay.
It's all good. He probably won't see this no way. So she had a friend over there, and I don't know what they did. Actually, he hit. Y'all remember the song "Big Booty Judy"? Big Booty Judy.
I do.
Yeah.
What song
So
is
he
that?
was stroking to the
I'm trying to think.
to the music.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Dallas song probably.
Okay.
Or South thing. So we went upstairs. And,
How you know what? How you know what he was stroking to?
Because I was standing right there.
Oh, y'all was in the same room?
Yeah, it was in the same room. Yeah, we used to
okay.
get down. When we was younger, we used to get down. Same room, everything. Yeah, we didn't care. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
Yo,
It was like a it felt as if it wasn't my first time, because it wasn't like a super quick thing for me, like I expected it to be like 2 minutes in and out. Oh, it's the craziest thing in the world, but it was.
So it wasn't how you expected.
Yeah, that's a lot
it was
for your first time.
Nah,
That's
I had-
some intense stuff.
ego. Maybe I killed it. I think. I think.
What about you? What's your story?
Man, so I was trying to get at this girl for the longest, and I was a freshman, but I knew I was attractive early, so I was trying to get at it anyway. I didn't care, and I wanted to have sex with her even though I ain't never had sex before. And so finally, like, I think my mom had went out of town one weekend, and I told her like, yeah, I got the free crib, and I was driving as a freshman too. So she came through, whatever. We started kissing and all of that, and
We started kissing and all of that.
yeah, and then she got on top, and
That was all she wrote?
yep, that was a real woman.
Because you got on top.
Okay.
First time.
All right now.
That's even rough as an adult.
Alright, y'all. So basically, that's it for this episode of The Bare Minimum. I want to thank my guests for coming on. We got
Tim.
And Tony.
Nay.
and yeah, it was a fun episode.
Definitely.
Do y'all have anything y'all want to say to the people or?
Yeah, follow me on IG at Timothy Wright II.
Y'all follow me, Tony Stevenson II.
And follow me, Nibble on Navia.
Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all later.
Peace.
Hey guys, we made a podcast.